Welcome in, sports fans, to day 2 of our roundtable. We discussed District 3 6A yesterday. We were discussing 4A through 1A today with Jeffrey Gordon and Andrew Gazee. I'm Lucas Mayer. Jeffrey, take us away.
All right, so just like we talked about yesterday, everyone's in a brand new district this year.
Right.
They're facing some new teams, but out of all of those teams, which of those have the best shot at a state title? Lucas, I know you're pretty impressed with Borden County when we were up there.
I am. I'm going to go to our 1A team now in six-man football, the Borden County Coyotes. Very impressed by their two-a-day practice that I was at. 10 returning starters, including Corbin Summers, over 2,000 yards, 26 TDs. Hunter Jones at QB, over 1,000 yards and 22 TDs. They have 14 to 16 varsity players, so lots of depth. And remember, last year, they won their district and won a playoff game. That was considered a down year. I think Borden is stacked up to possibly win a championship.
I really appreciate the love that you're giving to six-man.
Of course,
I'm the six-man alum.
Yes.
I'm gonna stick with another smaller school and say the Iran Braves.
Yeah.
I love everything about this team. Speed, as far as the eye can see. They returned a bunch of guys from last year's team that made it all the way to the regional finals. It all begins and ends with Devin Griffin. Check this out. This catch that he's about to make right here. The kid, he's the district MVP from a year ago. They're going to move him from quarterback to wide receiver. Although he's still going to play package quarterback and package running back. That tells you what kind of player he is. At quarterback, throwing the ball to him is going to be Jarrett Dagey. And then at running back, you've got the two-headed monster between Jacob Callahan and Robert Reyes. And then on defense, the usual suspects. All those guys I just mentioned are going to be prowling the defensive side of the ball. I feel sorry for any team that has to come across the Iran Braves this year.
All right.
Okay, so these are smaller districts, but the talent level is not any different. These kids are still good. Is there a player that's dynamic, that's caught your eye? I know, you like the Iran Braves, Andrew.
Devin Griffin. Yeah. Devin Griffin. I just mentioned him again. He's the district MVP from a year ago. He's long, lean. He's that ideal wide receiver body. I know he's playing quarterback right there, but he's going to be a huge deep threat out on the outside. He can play running back and quarterback. He's going to, again, I just mentioned this, he's going to have a package in which he will be used as quarterback. And then on defense, he's a shutdown corner. So if you're in his district and you're the team's #1 wide receiver, have fun against that. So.
Yeah, no, he is one talent. I'm going to go to 4A ranks and Tobin Tannehill, who he's known well around here. What's interesting, he plays less like Ryan Tannehill, his brother who plays for the Dolphins, more like Johnny Football. That's who he reminds me of. This guy runs around, makes crazy plays, dual threat, almost 1,500 yards rushing, almost 2,500 yards passing. He has plenty of weapons. He's going to be making some huge plays. Big Spring got farther than any of our larger district teams. They could make a big run, and it's all going to be because of Tobin Tannehill. He's going to make this team run.
It's a fun kid to watch.
Yeah,
cool.
Absolutely.
So, you can argue that every team has a lot to prove at this point, but there's a team over in Midland that's been a powerhouse for a while, but you guys, both of you agree that they have a little bit to prove this year.
They do, and Coach McClendon will probably get on us for this, but we're both going with Midland Christian.
Sorry, Coach.
3 state championships, yes, but let's think about what the Mustangs are going up against. They're moving up to Division I. So from Division II to Division I, that is a gigantic leap for them. Not only that, but they lose QB Mason McClendon, Jared Coyne, Elias Aguirre. Not only that, but Grant Little, who was going to play quarterback, he decided not to play football. So it's big. Andrew, what do you got?
I agree with you. I think it's going to be Midland Christian. They do have a ton to prove. For all the reasons you just mentioned, all the kids that are leaving, they're moving into the Division I, which is going to be a lot tougher opponents. But more than anything else, the final thought for me on this is that they have won 3 straight state championships on top of all the other ones that they've won in the past decade and a half. So that's going to bring the eyes. The attention's on them, and they're doing this as they're moving into a more difficult level. So the pressure is on, and they have a ton to prove.
Yeah, so I agree.
Okay, so now out of all these new districts, all these new teams, everything's shaken up. Which one of these teams is catching your eye, Andrew?
I'm going to go with the Big Spring Steers. For my money, this is the most compelling team on the Permian Basin. When you consider how last year went, they made it 3 deep in the playoffs after not winning a district game for 2 years. And then, of course, they lose in the last 10 seconds to the defending state champion Stephenville Yellow Jackets. Well, lo and behold, wouldn't you have it? Stephenville is in their district. So, yeah, to me, that matchup alone makes them the most compelling team to watch as we head into 2014.
They're going to be good ones. I'm going to stay in 4A. I'm going to go with the Andrews Mustangs, who they lost to Big Spring in the area around the playoffs. Cold night at Ratliff, I remember that one. But Andrews is going to be a stacked team this year. we're looking at Jace Hammock, 2 years before he was not the starter, but he came in and helped lead this team to the playoffs. He's passed for over 1,200 yards, 14 TDs. They have 14 starters returning. The defense is going to play fast and physical. Jace Cordell at safety is going to lead them. They're picked to win District 2 4A Division 1. I think Andrews really could make a big impact on the Permian Basin and, hey, call it high school football as well.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
agree.
going to be a good one. Anyway, well, thank you for joining our second roundtable. Hey, games are starting Thursday.
Is that right?
Game time is Friday. People, football season is here.
Get
It's
excited.
going to be good. For Jeffrey Gordon and Andrew Kazee, I'm Lucas Mayer. You all have a great night.